So this morning I started to draw this owl in my sketchbook with a pencil, and I just wanted to make a short video about using my mechanical pencil and smudge sticks for anyone that was interested. So the mechanical pencil that I use is a Kohinoor Draftmatic. I've had this forever. It was about $10. I use 0.5 millimeter lead, I believe that's the size, HB. And this is the other pencil that I've just started using. It's a Kohinoor as well. And I like using the mechanical pencils just because you don't ever have to sharpen them. And it's really easy to replace the lead if you need to. You can get different softness lead. So if you want HB or 2B or whatever. So I really like using those. And then the smudge sticks that I use, or tortillons, look like this, and they come in a pack like this. And so the reason that I love using these, I have some scratch paper here as an example. Let's say you're shading in an area, right? So let's color that in nice and dark. And when I'm using these, I do try and color the areas in an even fashion, just because it makes it easier to blend. So there are some lines in here, but if I just go over it with the smudge stick, those lines sort of disappear and it's just a nice solid area of color. But additionally, what I really like is now we've got this graphite on the end of the smudge stick, right? And you can just start to draw with the graphite on the end of it, right? And get a really nice, like, subtle texture out of that. And you can go back in and pick up more graphite and darken it up, right? Which just ends up looking really nice. So how do we apply that? Let's use the owl as an example. So obviously this is a bird that has feathers. So we can use that technique to sort of render the feathers in here, right? And all I'm doing is picking up the graphite from the darker areas and sort of coloring that in with the end of the smudge stick, right? And it's also a nice way to sort of cover a lot of space. Quickly, right? And again, you can go back in and add more and darken that up. Right, and that ends up working out really well. And then additionally, if I need some of this to be darker, or I need some of that area to be defined a little bit better, you know, I can go back in with the pencil and draw some individual sort of feathers. But I just love using these smudge sticks because it makes everything much easier, and they end up looking a lot better. Right, so I can just sort of fill in an entire area, go back in, pick up some graphite, put that down. So basically for all the pencil drawings that I do, I am using a mechanical pencil and I'm using the smudge stick. And just sort of going back and forth between, you know, putting down some graphite with the pencil and then going back in with the smudge stick and adding the shadows, and then just sort of working back and forth between the two of them to get the effect that I want. Right? So I hope that was helpful. Again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me, and you can always see more work at virginiapoltrack.com. Okay, thanks so much.